to my fellow moms, busy parents, and just anyone adulting. I'm cleaning my space, but not just my living space, I'm clearing my mental space too. As women and mothers, we give so much. Today, allow these next 15 minutes for yourself. Sit back with me as I create a sanctuary of peace and acceptance, cleaning with intention to renew our spirits for a new chapter. So August has been a busy month. Most kids have returned to school, as mine did. Some of you may have taken a vacation before school as a last hurrah, as we have. Or you may have just turned 40, as I am. And allow me to introduce myself. My name is Megan. I'm a full-time working mama of 2, married to my husband of 13 years, and that's right, I just entered my 40s. And I'm actually not that upset or anything about it. I'm not one of those people who dread getting older. Honestly, I feel like I'm still in my early 30s. However, lately I have noticed some emotional changes within myself, and we're going to talk about some of that today. But right now, all I'm doing is going through my space and just cleaning it up. It has been a rough couple months for me, finding motivation to do things. And so things got a little out of hand, and you're going to see a little bit later, I might have slacked on vacuuming a little more than I should have, and that's okay. Today we're going to clean it all up, and so I'm just going around the house, picking things up, cleaning things off. I'm working counters, clutter, and floors. That's the goal. And then we're going to finish up in the bathroom.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever.
Within the last few months, it has been really setting in for me the value of time. As I'm getting older, of course, everyone else is getting older around me. My mom, she's now 71. My kids, who are now 9 and 6. And I don't know if you've ever heard this song or if you know the artist, but John Mayer wrote a song a long time ago called Stop This Train. And it's a really good song, but I never really truly understood the meaning behind it until just recently. So one day I was driving, kind of all up in my feelings, no music playing, which I don't do very often. And that song just kind of popped in my head out of the blue. And I think it popped into my head, I thought of it, because recently I heard, air quotes, a fun fact about the time that you spend with your kids. And it suggests that roughly 70 to 80% of the time that you spend with your children will be done by the time that they're within the early adolescent age, which is kind of scary because, as mentioned, my kids are 9 and 6, so my son's, kind of almost there. Now, that's not a hard statistic. I'm sure there are time studies, but there are so many variables around that. I think this is more of a poetic nudge to ourselves to cherish the time that we have left with our family, our loved ones, those who are aging out. But then I start to think about how I was when I was a teenager, and yeah, I was in my room a lot, hanging out with my friends. I know that that's life and that's going to happen. But going back to the song, there's a specific lyric, and it says, "Don't know how else to say it, don't want to see my parents go. One generation's length away from fighting life out on my own. Stop this train, I want to get off and go home again. I can't take the speed it's moving in. I know I can't, but honestly, won't someone stop this train?" That was so difficult to get through without tearing up. Honestly, it is such a beautiful song when you listen to it within the right perspective. So, in that moment of me driving in silence, it just clicked. Things kind of felt more into perspective for me. I took some time recently and wrote down some of the things that I felt kind of fell into place for me, or those perspectives, if you will. And so I'm going to go ahead and share those because I know I'm not the only one that feels this way or might be in this mindset at this moment in time. And I'm going to share those with you in just a few moments.
The leaves change color. I dive into you when summer's fading. There's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love.
So some of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing, all this hair and stuff that comes out of the couch or from underneath it. I don't know. I don't think it's embarrassing. I think if anybody has any pets, I have a cat and a dog. I feel like that's pretty normal if you're not a super clean freak like, I'm not. I clean under my couch probably like once a month or so. So that's a pretty normal amount of hair. But there was so much hair this time because it had been a while since I've just vacuumed my normal walking area floor that I ended up having to clean my vacuum cleaner and declog it probably about twice, which is a lot because this vacuum is really good. It doesn't get clogged very often, but it was pretty bad.
As the leaves change color, I dive into you when summer's fading. There's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love. Maybe this is the season of love.
So some of the things I wrote down that have fallen into perspective for me, the first thing I wrote down was savor the present. Planning for the future is very important, especially financially, but with life goals as well. But I don't want to miss out on the beauty of the now. Coming into middle age, I feel offers a unique blend of stability and perspective, which gives us a chance to blend the lessons we've learned from our younger years with the clarity of experience that we've gained throughout those years as well. But also knowing that there's so much more to learn about life, I find exciting because with every year that goes by, you have just a little bit more nuggets of wisdom to carry over, the next years with you. And you get to there's always something to learn. But then you learn things differently as you gain wisdom. I hope that makes sense. Following that comes the value of time. In middle age, there's a lot of tasks and duties that are pulling from you, like your career, your families, your friends, your need to have hobbies or other things that might interest you, and maybe education or other ways that you are trying to better yourself. And finding where to set boundaries to ensure that you're not getting caught up in that rat race, because that's a trap. And I would say that that's probably the mother of all traps. Once you get caught into that, it's pretty hard to get out, I know. And so finding boundaries to ensure that you're balancing your time properly between all of the different things is really important. And speaking of the rat race, the next perspective I found was the value of coin. And what I mean by that is that financially, the middle age is a pivotal moment in our lives. Once you've passed this era, it will be really hard to start long-term financial planning with success. And let's be honest, Social Security in America is crap. It barely gets you by. you have to have an alternative plan, and if you don't have one already, now is the time to do it. And right now I know we're all feeling it. Things are costly. I get it. And I feel my brain working and trying to figure out how to clear as much debt as we can, but without overextending myself by working multiple jobs or living so tight that we're not making memories in the now. And I don't have a formula for that yet, but I can tell you, I think about it all the time. And just these last few months have really made me refocus the value of what I spend my money on. These next two were listed as single perspectives, but as I'm reading my list, I think they kind of go hand in hand. It is refining your purpose and embracing who you are. And I think now in this middle age era, because we're pulled by so much, it's important to find a purpose to your why of being who you are, right? What really drives you. It could be family, it could be career, passion projects, hobbies. I really want to align these things together. But honestly, I think I'm just starting to learn that about myself. Like, yes, of course, my family drives me each day. They give me light, but I feel like it needs to go deeper than that. And that's where embracing who you are comes into play. Because I feel like I have this liberating clarity about my identity. Years ago, I swore off social media, except YouTube and Pinterest, because nobody's taking my Pinterest away. But I did that because I was subscribing to the constant mindless parade of perfection and aesthetic living, and that feeling of failure because my house wasn't always clean all the time, and I wasn't home with my kids, I was working, and I didn't have the latest and greatest things, like chasing that quote-unquote American dream. Over the years, I really honed in on who I am, what I like, and what I want. Those do not always align with my current financial situation, but they are authentically me. And I'm not comparing myself to others or chasing ideals that no longer serve me and my family. I welcome all of my quirks, my scars, and my stories because they have all shaped me into the person I am, which will also in turn shape my children as well. Isn't that pretty heavy? I know I just thought that as I was talking that out. But thank you for joining me today. I just realized that it's the end of the video. So if you're in this boat with me, leave me a comment. What are some of your perspectives coming into middle age? If you're in middle age, what are some of your perspectives? If not, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.